Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be painting a gorgeous and colorful Andromeda Galaxy. So let's dive in. I'm using Aakash 100% cotton cold press watercolor paper block. This is glued on all four sides so we don't have to use any masking tape. I also have my watercolors right here in my palette. The shades I'm using today are yellow light, bright rose, and I'm mixing these two to get a couple of orange colors, cobalt turquoise, a mix of phthalo blue and Prussian blue, bright clear violet, and lastly ivory black. I'm using round brushes today in two different sizes. These are by Princeton, and a hake brush to apply water, and of course a jar of fresh water and some paper towels. We are starting with wet on wet technique by applying a light wash of water first. Then I'm taking a light shade of yellow and carefully painting an ellipse or oval shape. I'm using a darker yellow color to make a bigger ellipse around the one we have just painted. Similarly, I'll continue painting around these ellipse shapes with other shades as well. As I'm going outwards, you can notice that I'm not painting a full oval or ellipse shape, just to keep it a little bit realistic. Using phthalo blue, I'm painting the space around our galaxy, and notice how I'm leaving some white spaces to create some depth. Now I'm just filling the outer corners using a mix of Prussian blue and ivory black. Once I'm happy with the layout, I'm going in with more pigment and just painting over the same areas as before. To avoid muddy mixes, make sure to rinse and clean your brush well while switching from darker shades to lighter ones. I feel the outer edges need to be more darker, so before the paper dries up completely, I'm adding a layer of paint to darken it a little bit. So I'm not going to add a lot of water to the paint, and also don't forget to leave some light or white spaces in between. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing to my channel. I share art tutorials every week and I would really appreciate your support. I'm also adding cobalt turquoise and bright clear violet in the same areas that I've added before. In some areas where the paper is dry, you get these harder edges and you can soften them easily using a damp brush. I switched to a smaller size round brush to paint the details in the center. The paper is almost dry, so I'm adding our last layer of paint, especially in the outer corners, to darken them and add more depth to our galaxy painting. As we are using wet on dry technique for the last layer, there are a lot of harder edges, so I'm just smoothing them out a little bit. Now using some brighter colors, I'm defining the shape of the galaxy and adding a little bit of details. To create more depth, I'm adding some darker colors along the elliptical lines using a smaller size round brush. This will help in making our painting look more 3D. I mixed a little bit of white gouache with the yellow to add some highlights here. I'm painting a few glowy stars with white gouache. As you can see, I added a little bit of water and then touched the tip of the brush over it. I'll just smoothen the edges a little bit to create that soft glow. I'm continuing to add few more highlights, but now I'm using white gouache directly. I'm just gently dabbing the brush onto the paper to add these finer details. I've added a bit of gouache in the center and smoothened it out so it looks like it's glowing. You can see the details we are adding really bring out the depth in the painting, and I'm also going to add a lot of stars over them using white gouache. I haven't used any specific reference photo for this one, but you can check out some reference images on Unsplash or Pixabay to understand the color combination, the details and the highlights. Lastly, we are going to add some stars, which is a lot of fun. I'm gently tapping on the brush to splatter them randomly. You can also use another brush like this. I'm also adding a few more in the center. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this tutorial. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out more tutorials here. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for daily updates. Happy painting. Bye.